Hey everybody, welcome back. April 19th, National Amaretto Day. It's also National Garlic Day, so you pick and choose which one you want to do. We're doing Amaretto today because one of my favorite desserts is rice pudding. Without the raisins, of course. And I found this recipe for an Amaretto rice pudding, which sounded really good to me. The other thing is, it's baked. There's usually two ways you do rice pudding, either on the stovetop or you do it in the oven. This one is in the oven, baked, and from what I gather, it's almost like a cakey rice pudding, you know, like the thicker one where you can cut it and serve it. So I'm interested to try it, especially with the amaretto flavor and the slivered almonds. Sounds like an interesting mix. Alrighty, so let's get started today. Here's what you need, and we'll be right back. Okay, for our rice pudding today, we need 3 large eggs, a half a cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cups of whole milk, a 1/4 cup of amaretto, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter melted, a pinch of salt, 2 cups of cooked long grain white rice, and 2 tablespoons of toasted slivered almonds. Okay, so let's get started today. You don't have to use a mixer. We have one, so we're going to. You could definitely do this in a bowl. That's the other thing I like about this recipe. It's kind of like one bowl. I mean, I do this to show you all the ingredients and stuff. But one bowl mix into a casserole dish, into the oven. It's that simple, okay? So let's get started. We're going to use, with our whisk attachment, we're going to put our 3 eggs and our sugar into our bowl, and we're going to whisk that together. Okay, and then once that's whisked together, we'll add some other ingredients. We're going to add our milk, our amaretto, our pinch of salt, and our melted butter. Smells nice already. Smell the amaretto already. Nice. And now that that's mixed, the last step, or second to last step, take your rice. Thank God for my rice cooker. I'm telling you, I've said it before, if you don't have a rice cooker, get a rice cooker. Because it's so much better than babysitting a pot of rice on the stove. Okay? So you're just going to add this rice right through this mixture and just combine this, okay? Okay, so there's our mix for our rice pudding. I have I think it's a 13×9 dish here. I'm going to put this in there. Now I greased the baking dish with non-stick spray because you want to make sure this doesn't burn and stick to your casserole. I've never made it before. I don't know how cakey it gets or how crispy it gets on the edges, but we're going to find out. Okay, so I'm just going to spread this along the bottom. But if it does, you know, firm up really nice when it's cooked, be a nice dessert to cut into squares and plate, maybe a little whipped cream. Okay, you can definitely smell the amaretto, which is really nice. Final thing, you're going to just take your slivered almonds, and I'm just going to sprinkle these over the top. Okay? And that's it. Except for that one I just dropped on the floor. Okay, all done. Sprinkled with our almonds, ready to go. 325 preheated oven, 35-40 minutes. Baking, keep your eye on it. And we'll see you when it comes out. Hopefully it's a good one. It smells great already, so I can only imagine when it's all done. Alrighty, see you in a little bit. Alrighty, there it is, out of the oven. Cooled down a little bit. Still a little warm on the bottom. But let's give this one a try and see. See what this is like. It's supposed to be kind of cake-like you can cut it into a serving. Yeah, see, it's rather than your creamy rice pudding, it's like a bar, kind of, but, you know, rice. Not overly sweet. Definitely get the amaretto flavor. Not as strong as I would like, but really good. Really nice dessert. Needs something though. It needs some kind of a sauce, or I know I said whipped cream at the beginning of the show, but it needs some kind of a sauce, like, I don't know, something that goes well with amaretto. Maybe some kind of a cream sauce or caramel or something. I don't know. I was hoping it was be a little bit sweeter. I mean, it's sweet, but not too sweet. It's good. Something to try, something different. Be kind of cool if you probably do a really nice presentation with this too. You could probably, you know, use some shapes because it's like a cake. You could probably cut it with cookie cutters into shapes and plate it up real nice. Drizzle some sauce. Make a nice fancy dessert. Really easy. I mean, you probably have most of the stuff in your house already. If you have a rice cooker, the rice takes no time to make. You just set it and forget it. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that phrase. That's a coined phrase, isn't it? Alrighty. So amaretto's the theme of the day. We did an amaretto rice pudding. Pretty good. And that's it. See you tomorrow, everybody.